Dear friends, good morning on Wednesday the 25th of November. Am I my brother's keeper is sometimes used as a cynical excuse for not caring for people who are in obvious need. And it chimes in with the selfishness of our age, in which many people that it's fine to put themselves and their immediate families first, but to ignore the needs of others. We saw this in the mad scramble for toilet paper, pasta and flour at the beginning of the first lockdown. Now, of course, we've got to set that against the remarkable outpouring of care and generosity that's been shown during lockdown, not least in the Long Table, Food Bank, Feed Cheltenham, King's Table and our own Saturday Kitchen, all of which are Christian initiatives to love our brother and sister. But I'm still troubled by the "am I my brother's keeper" attitude, which I see in myself from time to time. Now, the phrase was, of course, originally spoken by Cain, who hadn't just been thoughtless in ignoring his brother's need, he'd actually murdered him. And all because God had accepted Abel's sacrifice and not Cain's. You can read the story in Genesis chapter 4. When God asks Cain where his brother is, he replies cynically, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" And so he tries to cover up his jealous murder by pretending to God that he doesn't know where his brother is. But God is not fooled. He's seen it all, and he responds, "Your brother's blood cries to me from the ground." Now, please don't misunderstand me. I haven't murdered anyone, and you'll be relieved to hear that I'm not planning to in the future. But I am aware that Jesus says that when I'm angry with my brother or sister, I'm committing murder. And when I say or think of someone, "you fool," I'm doing the same. And sometimes, if we're being really honest, the people who make us most angry and the people that we most easily dismiss are those who are apparently more successful and apparently more blessed by God than we are. Our attitude to our brother or sister can be disturbingly close to Cain's, when he found that God had accepted Abel's sacrifice and not his. Cain was very angry, we read, and his face was downcast. It reminds me of something which Gore Vidal, the American author, is reputed to have said: "Whenever a friend succeeds, a little something in me dies." Now, this is a horrible attitude. How can we deal with envy, jealousy and anger when it rears its ugly head in our hearts? Well, I take great comfort from remembering that even though Cain suffered the consequences of having murdered his brother, God's love was not withdrawn from him. God put his mark on him so that he wouldn't be killed, and God does just the same for us. Even though we are from time to time guilty of envy and jealousy and even murderous attitudes, God has put his mark of love on us, our baptism, which reminds us that we are washed clean and indelibly marked as being unconditionally loved by God and being his forgiven people. Knowing how much we are loved by the one who has every right to be angry with us makes it easier for us to love those who we might resent and provoke our anger, and to remember that we are indeed our brother's keeper. God bless you today.